Michael Burry emergency. Something really strange is happening at hospitals all over America. Something really odd is happening at hospitals all over the country, but no one seems to be talking about it. In one of the strangest years we've had in modern times, there's an alarming mystery surrounding the lives of tens of thousands of Americans. Right now, emergency rooms are absolutely crowded, and with each passing day, they continue to overflow with severely ill patients, but no one can actually explain why this is suddenly happening. Today we're going to talk all about what's happening at hospitals all over America. So watch the video till the end, because today's video is going to be the bomb. Welcome to Michael Burry Secrets, your daily dose of Michael Burry. If you're interested in everything around Burry, this is the place for you. Subscribe if you want to stay updated with all the Michael Burry secrets, predictions, and stay one step ahead in the financial world. Watch the video till the end, and make sure to hit the like button if you want to be a millionaire within the next 3 years. Don't forget to enable all notifications to join our weekly cash giveaway pinned in the comments. Now let's get to our topic. Even though the number of new virus cases in the United States is now less than half of what it was just a couple of months ago, hospitals are still completely packed. As opposed to what many people were anticipating, a decline in the number of confirmed virus cases isn't easing the healthcare crisis we've been facing over the past 18 months. In every corner of the country, ERs are full. In many cases, seriously ill patients are having to be cared for in the hallways because emergency rooms are unavailable due to the staggering number of patients in critical condition. We're seeing in our hospitals the type of scene we would typically see in third world countries in times of crisis. The level of chaos going on right now is absolutely shocking. But the weirdest thing about this is that nobody knows why so many people are suddenly falling sick. In an article entitled "ERs are swamped with seriously ill patients, although many don't have the virus," healthcare workers of the emergency department at Sparrow Hospital in Lansing, Michigan, describe the crisis they're facing every day. Their staff members are struggling to care for patients, showing up much sicker than they've ever seen. The ER's nursing director, Tiffany Dusong, is experiencing severe anxiety for having to watch patients lying on a long line of stretchers pushed up against the walls of the hospital hallways. "It's hard to watch," she says. All of the ER's 72 rooms are already filled. If the rate of confirmed virus cases was starting to move upwards again, it would make sense for emergency rooms to be so packed. But that's not the case. The situation is getting so complicated that even people who arrive by ambulance are not guaranteed a room. The head nurse has to run triage and screen those who absolutely need a bed and those who can wait or get treatment on the hospital's hallways. Months of treatment delays have aggravated chronic conditions and exacerbated symptoms. According to the hospital's doctors and nurses, the severity of illness ranges widely and includes abdominal pain, respiratory problems, blood clots, heart conditions, among other diseases. Heart conditions are, in fact, one of the most commonly mentioned health diseases in the past few weeks. Several cases involving young, healthy people have made the headlines recently. For instance, a report published a couple of days ago told the story of a healthy high school soccer manager who greatly enjoyed his team's championship victory Saturday, and later that evening, he faced a sudden and fatal cardiac arrest. In a nearby city in the same state, a healthy 12-year-old boy's life was taken too soon because of an issue with his coronary artery. He suffered from a congestive heart failure involving his coronary artery, according to the Allegheny County Medical Examiner's Office. We commonly see heart problems affecting adults and elderly people with underlying diseases, such as diabetes, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol levels. The fact that this is happening to healthy young people is not only odd, but extremely worrying. Even athletes with perfect health records are suffering from heart attacks these days. Over the weekend, Barcelona striker Sergio Aguero suddenly collapsed on the pitch during a match against Alaves. The Argentinian was examined by medical staff at the stadium, and then he was taken to a nearby hospital to undergo further examination. Aguero has been diagnosed with cardiac arrhythmia, a condition in which the heart's beats don't work properly, causing the heart to beat too fast, too slow, or irregularly. Unfortunately, cases of young, healthy people suffering from heart complications are becoming all too common. Icelandic midfielder Emil Pálsson suffered from tachycardia during a match in Norway's second division. The 28-year-old Sogndal player suffered the attack as the game against Stjordals entered the 12th minute, his club said in a statement. So many similar cases are being reported on a daily basis, and yet no one knows the cause behind such tragic incidents. Why are so many young people suddenly having such serious heart problems? Is there something the media isn't telling us? Does anyone out there know what's truly going on? There's something really odd going on, and once again, they're not telling us the whole truth. Americans are dying because no hospital will take them. During the current Delta-driven COVID-19 wave, Americans are being transported hundreds of miles from their homes because no nearby hospital has room for them. Some of them have even died waiting for medical attention. In other words, U.S. hospitals are being forced, in the middle of a public health emergency, to ration healthcare for their patients. Rationing has long been a dirty word in U.S. health policy, used as an attack on any socialized health program that more centrally determines which medical services will be covered and for whom. The U.S. health system has always rationed care through cost. It's de facto rationing when a patient doesn't get the medical care they need because they can't pay out-of-pocket costs, or because they live in a rural community without a facility nearby. We're so used to rationing by ability to pay in this country that classic capacity rationing feels a bit foreign. Hannah Neprash, a health economist at the University of Minnesota, said in an email, "The Delta variant, more contagious and virulent than its predecessors, and Americans' lagging vaccination rates are driving the current crisis. The states with the worst outbreaks and confirmed cases per capita right now, Tennessee, Kentucky, Alaska, Wyoming, and West Virginia, according to the New York Times tracker, have either set new hospitalization records in the last several weeks or are near their previous highs from the winter wave. All of them have vaccination rates below the national average. Throughout the South, hospitals are reporting that they have more patients in need of ICU care than ICU beds available, as the Times reported on Tuesday. America, the richest country in the world, is not supposed to be a place where patients are left at the door to die. Yet that's exactly what's happening now, 18 months into the pandemic. The U.S. health system wasn't built to withstand a pandemic. Many parts of the American health system have struggled to handle the pandemic. The current hospitalization crisis is just the latest iteration of an institutional failure. The United States still has a lot of unvaccinated people who are fully vulnerable to the Delta variant of the novel coronavirus, which is more transmissible and may cause more virulent disease. 1 in 4 people over 18 still haven't received any dose of a COVID-19 vaccine, and younger age cohorts have lower vaccination rates than their elders. As a result, there has been a shift in who's being hospitalized. People over 65 made up more than half of hospitalizations in December and January. Now they're about a third. Children under 12 still are not eligible for the vaccines, and pediatric hospitals are seeing their highest number of COVID-19 patients ever. But while the demographics of the people being hospitalized may have shifted, the sheer number of people getting severely ill with COVID-19 and ending up in the hospital is almost as high as it has ever been. Texas, to give one example, has nearly matched its winter peak, with more than 14,200 people currently hospitalized with COVID-19. More than 90% of the state's ICU beds are occupied, according to COVID Act Now. In Idaho, with about 88% of ICU beds in use, hospitals had to activate what is known as crisis standards of care. That gives them more discretion to prioritize the patients most likely to survive for ICU beds and other treatment. Well, that's it for today's video, guys. Also, we would like to mention that this is not a channel intended specifically to provide financial advice, and we do not ask you to invest in any company. This is merely a channel directed towards bringing educational content to your doorsteps. With that in mind, before you invest in anything, we recommend you do thorough, wide-spectrum research on the topic. And make sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. See you next time on Michael Burry Secrets. Bye!